Have you ever wondered how does the state of Georgia's offer and compromise program work? I'll tell you. Hi, I'm Jeff Fouts, a tax attorney located in Metro Atlanta with a statewide and nationwide law practice helping clients who have serious Georgia tax problems. So, how does the state of Georgia's offer and compromise program work? Being able to decrease a client's tax debt to the Georgia Department of Revenue is very exciting. And in a minute, I'll tell you why it's so exciting right now. And the good news is that it's happening more often than ever before. Here's the reason. For decades, the Georgia Department of Revenue has had the authority to compromise or settle a tax debt for less than is owed. And if you want to go see where that authority is, it's the official code of Georgia, 48-2-18.1, called Settlement or Compromise of Tax Assessment. It's pretty boring reading, but you can go there and read that. The trouble has not been that the laws of the state of Georgia didn't allow the Georgia Department of Revenue to compromise or settle tax debts for less than was owed. That wasn't the problem. The law has been on the books. They've had the authority to do that. The problem was that the policies at the Georgia Department of Revenue caused their employees to almost never accept any offers. Or, to be more accurate, they made the requirements so difficult that very few taxpayers could actually qualify for an offer. And even if they did, the required offer amount was not much of a discount off of the total tax liability. So thus, the Georgia Offer Program wasn't very attractive at all, especially since it had to be paid in a very short period of time. So the result was that it was rare for Georgia to accept a reasonable settlement offer. It was very frustrating, very frustrating. So Georgia had an offer program sitting there, but for all intents and purposes, they could have just as well not had an offer program at all. They had their offer and compromise programs forms sitting there, and you could fill them out, but what good was it? I mean, it was very, very frustrating. But now things have changed. They really have. Georgia is now in the business of accepting realistic, reasonable settlement offers. I mean, I never thought this day would occur, but here it is. My opinion is that this change at Georgia was spurred on by its great need to generate cash flow and by its recognition that using really aggressive hardball tactics that they really like to use wasn't bringing in the money, the tax dollars that they needed or wanted. So they decided to take the opposite tack and actually offer some great solutions to help delinquent taxpayers deal with their tax problems, which I think at the same time generated more cash flow for Georgia. So this is truly a win-win for both Georgia and for you. Shocking, but it's true. This is not something that you want to let pass by because it may not last long. We don't know. So if you decide that you have an interest, how do you figure out if you're a good candidate for a Georgia offer and compromise? And how do you figure out what an acceptable offer amount should be? Well, there are several steps that need to be followed. When you deal with the collection division of the Georgia Department of Revenue, or the IRS for that matter, two overarching principles apply. The first is that you must make sure that you have all the relevant facts about your clients or about your own tax debt. And there's a lot more facts that have to be known and gathered than you may realize. The second overarching principle is to analyze your facts and circumstances so that we can understand which options or solutions are best for you. It's important to do this before you jump in and start taking action. At the beginning of a tax case, you should not assume that you understand what should be done in your case. If you're not careful, you'll either waste time or money pursuing a strategy that wasn't right for you, or you'll neglect to consider a strategy that is good for you. It's important to examine all the facts so that you'll know what options you have. This is important because a client is probably a candidate for more solutions than they might have thought of. Clients tend to only think of the solutions that are obvious to them. And why do they do that? Well, of course, they're not tax professionals. They just think about the ones that they might have heard or their buddy got or something. And so, you know, that's a very poor way to think of it and deal with a tax case. In my other videos, I will talk about the first steps in evaluating whether an offer should be filed, and if so, how much that offer should be for. I hope this important video tip has helped you understand the Georgia Department of Revenue a little bit better and about how tax problems are solved. Chances are you have questions or concerns about your own particular tax problem. So what I encourage you to do is pick up the phone and call me. I can answer your questions. Over the past 20 years, I've represented clients all across Georgia and in 50 states and in 29 foreign countries, and I welcome your call. You can reach me at 800-509-2770 or by email at jfouts@taxhelpattorney.com. I'm Jeff Fouts, and thanks so much for watching. Have a great day.